This is the story of how a small slice of suburban paradise turned into a ridiculous weeks-long turf war with the self-crowned queen of the Willow Creek HOA, a woman I'll call Beverly. A war that ended with a cop nearly swallowing his whistle and me showing the deed to my own backyard. It was a Tuesday afternoon. Sun high, steam rising off the concrete, and there I was, standing beside Officer Reed, a guy who looked like he'd rather be directing traffic than mediating a fight over a backyard amenity. And across the perfectly blue water, jabbing a finger that looked like an aggressive, manicured dart, stood Beverly Thorne. "This is unauthorized private use of a shared community asset," she hissed, her voice tight enough to snap a twig. "I demand you arrest this man immediately, officer. He is hoarding the common pool." I honestly thought I was going to burst out laughing right there, but I kept my cool, just reached into the manila folder I'd brought outside, and slowly pulled out the title to my property. I handed it to the officer, catching the flicker of confusion, and then, unmistakably, the corners of his mouth starting to twitch. Beverly, meanwhile, was completely oblivious, adjusting her rigid posture, still convinced she was presenting the closing arguments of a criminal trial. She had no idea she was about to become the single biggest punchline in Willow Creek history. This whole ridiculous drama started about 4 months earlier, when I closed on the colonial house on Aspen Lane. It wasn't the biggest, flashiest place, but the private kidney-shaped pool out back sealed the deal for me. After years in a cramped, noisy city apartment, that shimmering blue water, surrounded by a deck made for grilling and relaxing, felt like my own personal Eden. I'd pictured cold beer, floating on a raft, just quiet, finally. The first week was perfect. Neighbors waved, kids rode their bikes. It was the picture of friendly small-town charm. Then came the knock. Standing on my welcome mat was a woman in her late 50s, meticulously coiffed blonde hair, a style I'd later realize was as rigid as her personality, and, yes, the clipboard. "Welcome to Willow Creek Estates," she chirped, a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "I'm Beverly Thorne, president of the HOA. For life?" Of course. That last part should have been my first real warning. She handed me a thick packet of rules, but her eyes, those sharp, assessing eyes, drifted past me, through the living room window, and straight to the pool. Her smile widened into this unsettling proprietary grin. "Oh, how wonderful!" she exclaimed, clapping her hands once sharply. "You'll be maintaining the community pool. It's such a blessing to have that common space so easily accessible for all our residents."